before, guys, right? We're in task, create a function that takes a list of strings that returns a list that tells you how long each corresponding string is. And the hint is that the length function, which we typically use with lists, which gives you the number of elements within the list, will actually tell you how long the string is if it operates on a string variable. And so that's a hint, and then the solution basically would be if you define a function calling, let's call it how long, and then you have a list. So you would call it list. Tab into it, and you want to set an empty list basically of, it's called length list. So you want to set an empty list that you can append to when you start finding out how long each element of the list is. So now you can do your for loop for string in list. So for each string inside of this list, you're going to find just set length is equal to len of the list right here. And then you want to append that to this list. So you would do length list dot append, which is your append function. It's kind of weird. You have a period, then your append function, and you're going to append basically your length. So what this does, it goes through for each string in this list, finds out how long it is, and then appends that numerical value back into this empty list. So it's going to keep getting bigger and bigger every time you go through each of these items. And then you want to return your length list. And then, so if you call upon this, how long, let's say we should operate on a list of some stuff, some strings. Oh, wait. All right, let's see what went wrong here. We have how long. Oh, okay, so I put length list right here. That should be string, right? So that's what you get when you try to type, one thing in one go. You have to go back and proofread. So
don't rush, Aaron. Take your time.
Yeah. So, and that's how programmers do it. Nobody, programs something on their first try. It's always like, oh, error, go back, check, go back, check. And that big GitHub gene analysis one I showed you guys, I had to check it maybe like a few hundred times just because every time it would go down, I'd do it again, and I'm like, wait, that's not the result I want. What went wrong? And you go through again, you read it all the way through again, so it just takes a long time. But right, so we change this to string, right? So we find out how long the string is, not the list. And then we want to, wait, oh, that's wrong too. All right, come on. Okay, so we have defined how long it is. Now we set this empty list. Now we do our for loop, and then we find out we set length is equal to the length of the actual string itself, not the list, and that was our problem. So now we do length list dot append, and we're going to append the list, the length, and then we're going to return it. So now let's try it again. How long? And we'll try it on a list. There we go. So 3, 6, 4. And that's basically how you would do it. So this right here. solution, and this is an example of how you would apply it. So, and that's basically how you would solve activity number 4 and create a function that would take a list of strings and then tell you how long each list is by returning a list that tells you the length of each item corresponding in the original list.